So I realized that it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and instead of just rushing something out, I thought I would take some time for myself this summer. So I went on a little trip away and spent a little less time online and a lot more time thinking and resting and creating. So I filmed a little bit of my trip, not enough for a whole travel vlog, but just enough so that you can see a little bit of what I've been up to. Those of you who are not new to this channel know that I love my yoga, and I have been wanting to go to a yoga retreat for years, and this summer I finally got to do just that. I travelled to Mallorca, Spain to attend a retreat hosted by a very old friend of mine, Lau. We met when we both lived in Barcelona circa 2010 through mutual friends. Back when we were young and free with a new party to go to every weekend. And then around 2015 or 16, I attended my first ever yoga class that she used to teach, and thus began my own relationship with yoga. And boy, did I need this trip. Days typically began with a sunrise meditation, 2 sessions of yoga a day, about 4 hours per day in all, and a dance session which, although was pretty humbling for my personal cardio fitness, being so expressive with the body was a lot of fun. We had plenty of time during the day and evening to swim, hang out, relax, and I spent a lot of my downtime journaling. I had forgotten how much of a creative reset for me depends on movement. Many times when creative ideas are flowing, my movement practices go out of the window. Through this retreat, I hope to reinforce the idea that the mind and body must always work in tandem for good things to happen. But while also connecting with old friends at this retreat, I also made some great new ones. I learned that getting out of your comfort zone, pushing your body physically, spiritually and energetically, then breaking delicious bread together 3 times a day is enough to bond any group of strangers. Of course, I couldn't go all the way to Mallorca without visiting at least one yarn shop. As soon as I landed, I made a point to explore a little bit of the island capital of Palma and made a beeline to a yarn store. I went to Toropunto, which turned out to be packed wall to wall with Katia yarns. I also walked for ages in the midday sun in Spain, in the middle of summer no less, to the second yarn store that I had bookmarked, Lana Land, only to arrive to a closed store, despite it saying it was open on Google. Very annoying. And so I continued to explore the city a little bit. I went and had some lunch, and then I made my way out of Palma into the Mallorcan countryside and headed for the retreat. The retreat was held on a beautiful villa, which was also a private residence. It was almost like doing yoga in paradise. And also, those of you who are interested, I believe that Lau will continue to do her retreats. I think she plans to do like a couple a year. So definitely, if you're interested in what the retreat that I went on has to offer, definitely connect with Lau on her Instagram page, which is Yoga Con Lau. And if I do manage to find yarn while I'm away, I always like to purchase a little souvenir yarn. And this time in Mallorca was no different. So I bought myself a little Katia Concept mohair yarn. So this is 20 grams. I bought 3 of each shade, and the composition is 67% mohair, 30% polyamide, and 3% wool. So I always love these two colors together, and I already have this yarn earmarked for a Miri bag by wool.knitwear. I really like the look of these little handbags, so I will either do a full color, or I'm leaning towards a stripy version, or using these two colors. So that's what I will do with those. And because it's Spanish yarns, so it's truly a souvenir yarn. I say that because I have bought some yarns back from places that I have traveled to, and even though I acquired the yarns at that place, the actual yarns weren't from those places. So so I was very much restricted in what I could bring back, because of course I had only really taken clothes and things that I needed for the yoga retreat. So I literally just had carry-on, so I was very limited. However, because the yarns were for a Spanish clientele, most of the yarns that were at Todo Punto were either synthetic, like acrylic yarns, or they were cotton yarns. And I don't really use cotton, and I have nothing against cotton, but I just don't really have a cause to use it. So I'm either using like fuzzy yarns like mohair, alpaca, or wool. Okay, so what else have I been working on? Before I went away to the retreat, I started a project that I could take away just to do in my downtime or on the plane, etc. And so I started a bucket bag by, this pattern is by Pearl Soho. So this is the Pearl Soho bucket. Oh, sorry, I don't want to drop any stitches. Ow. Right, I don't want to drop any stitches, so I'm a bit, right, so it's quite difficult to show, but this is the Pearl Soho bucket bag, free pattern on the Pearl Soho website, and I am using their blackbird linen for the base of the bag that I had a little bit left in stash, and it's like a turmeric yellow is actually some souvenir yarn that I bought when I visited Sweden. It's 100% linen as well, so it's a linen bucket bag, which will be nice. I have made a linen bag in the past. I think it was also a free Pearl Soho pattern, and they wear just so nicely. They wash nicely. At the moment it is pretty stiff, but with wear and with washing, these linen bags end up very soft and very nice to hang around, to carry around. The Swedish Souvenir yarns is by Lang Yarns. So it's actually not a Swedish company, I don't think. I don't know actually, because it says it's made in Italy. So I don't know whether Lang is an Italian company or a Swedish company, but anyway. The yarn, I actually got two 50-gram skeins of yarn, and if I remember correctly, the linen yarns was part of a Lucky Dip like blind bag that I bought from Moa in Varberg in Sweden. Can't remember the name of her store, but Moa is the shop owner's name, and yeah, she does these little Lucky Dip bags, and I can't remember how much it was, maybe like 10 euros or something, and you get some yarns, some nice yarns. So I finally found a use for them, and I've actually finished the yellow yarn, so I have a little bit more of the blackbird. So what I will do is I will do a rim at the top here for the closure. Maybe I'll use an I-cord for the rim and a leather strap. I haven't figured out yet how I'm going to attach this yellow strap, but perhaps if I'm using an I-cord, I can find a way to attach the leather strap to the I-cord. Now, how much do I have left? I have this much of the blackbird linen left. So I feel like this would be enough to do an I-cord around the rim. Yeah, so this is actually on hold until I figure out how I'm going to finish it. But it would be nice to be able to attach and reattach the leather straps. I need to find a way that I can do that. So that's one project. The next project that I'm working on is this Susie sweater by Paula. So it's this way. The Susie sweater by Paula Strict. So I am about to do the bind off at the bottom, and then onto the sleeves. Yeah, so it's a regular drop shoulder, top down. I decided to do a rolled neckline, standard top down sweater. I am using Drops Lima, which is a alpaca wool blend. It's very, very nice to work on. I'm really enjoying knitting with this yarn. It's a DK weight yarn, but with alpaca, I always find that alpaca has this lovely buttery feel to it. Yeah, nothing else to really comment on this project. And then I think the last time I went through my projects, I also mentioned that I had been enjoying knitting just like random swatches. So I have continued that, and I've decided to make a banner, a bunting. A bunting, does that work? Are buntings countable? Yes, I'm making it countable. So yeah, so this will be a bunting. So what I will do is just cast on, I've got a box or boxes of scrap yarns. So I will knit roughly the same size swatch, and I won't bind off. I will just thread the new swatch through and then end up with a length of bunting, because when it's a family member's birthday and we have a dinner, I like to decorate the dining room with bunting. So, and the bunting that I currently have, I bought from can't remember, it's a Danish store, but it's the same bunting that I always use. And so it will be nice to have another bunting to decorate the home with. So once it's all ready, I will weave in the ends and then just have a variety of colors. So I think that's fun, and it's nice because it means that I just have these small projects of swatches, and it's super portable. It's literally just, I cast on 30 stitches. I'm using a 3mm needle, cast on 30 stitches for a swatch, and then yeah, and it's just a garter stitch swatch. Simple. So that's a nice little summer project that I can take with me if I go to sit in the park. So that's on the go. And yeah, I do have other projects, as you know, in the pipeline, or not, yeah, projects that are unfinished, that are in the pipeline, that I'm currently ignoring. But these 3 projects are the projects that I am actively knitting on. I have also been journaling loads. I have been sketching loads. I actually have a new journal. So this is the journal that I brought with me to my yoga retreat. Oh, it's a knockoff Travelers Company notebook. I think I bought it from a French company, and you can customize the inserts. So I have this, which is like a pocket. I have a, just be careful not to show. So this is the agenda. I have a little pocket for stickers, and it's really nice actually, because I had this with me with all my sort of self-designed stickers. I could give some stickers away to the people that I connected with at the yoga retreat as a nice little token, like a little souvenir to remember me by. So that was a really nice thing to have. I've got some post-its and some stickers and my Mallorca postcard. So it just has, this is my like black paper free book where I just, you know, do some experiments. I have a regular notebook, so these can all be taken out and added. Yeah, so it's very customizable. I have my yoga, so this is another sticker that I created myself. I have a yoga sticker, my Mallorca map and plans, travel plans, and also like my yoga goals and things like that. And I've customized the front with some really cool patches that I have found. Very happy with this system. And I think it's important to be happy with your notebook or your journal system, because it entices you to use it more. So yeah, so that is a super quick catch up. I hope you're doing well. I do have some deep dives and analysis in the pipeline. It's just putting it all together. I think I needed this recalibration to just to get my mind right. I think I do this like most of the summers since I started this YouTube channel. I think the summer, I think my mind just goes to mush and I just need to regroup. Do you feel that like that as well? People I know, it's the same. I think summer is not the productive period for a lot of people. So hopefully I'll get back to regular scheduling as the weather cools up. Cools as cools up as the weather cools down. I hope you're doing well and you are staying cool wherever you are, and I hope you are happy and healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.